Dear media representatives, I am delighted to welcome you to the post-match press conference after the match between Australia and Korea Republic team for AFC Women's Asian Cup Australia 2026. It's my pleasure to welcome to this press conference head coach of Australia team, Joey Montemurro. Before passing the floor for your questions, I invite coach to share his thoughts on the match. Please, coach.
Share my thoughts on the match. Wow. The game ended 3-3. Don't know what more to say. I'm sure you guys have all the comments and the questions, so I prefer we just go on to the questions and comments.
Okay, thank you, coach. Please, questions. Bring the floor. First one from you. Thank you.
Can you tell us your thoughts on the defensive performance in particular? The South Koreans spoke about how they look to exploit your centre-backs. How do you feel things panned out from the back?
Yeah, especially the first goal, we got exposed. Didn't manage that well. Apart from that, I didn't really feel that there was much. I probably am more concerned, that we didn't control the game with the ball well when we should have. Those moments, I think, hurt us. It was very specific coming in after half time to make sure we manage the ball well. We didn't do that and got punished for it.
Thank you, coach. Next question.
Joe, George Clark, AAP. How's Steph in there? And I guess how do you, given the tight turnaround to the quarterfinal, pick up Courtney Nevin, who had the handball and probably could have, and then had the goal on her side. How do you kind of make sure that when it comes to kick off next week that she's ready and willing to deliver for you?
Well, look, we'll obviously do our reconnaissance, do our work, look at areas where whoever we play, make sure that we're prepared. Obviously we were in this situation. Steph was taken off for a concussion issue. Just moving forward on that, there was a lot of confusion with the concussion sub. It wasn't registered. We couldn't make the relative subs that we needed to. So I think it's something that AFC have to be a bit cautious about. It wasn't registered on the iPad or on the situation, and we had to readjust things. And then in the end, they gave us the concussion sub, but it was too late, and South Korea used it. So, don't know. You read into that the way you want to.
Thank you, coach. Please.
Joe, David Mark from the ABC. Yeah, look, I wonder if you could just elaborate on the room for improvement. What are you going to be working on in the next 5 days before your next match?
Oh, we've got to keep the ball better. We can't afford to. It's been the thing that I've been endorsing from day one, and when we do it well. And then we started to force things when we didn't need to, when the momentum wasn't there, and the game got scrappy, and it got to a point which I didn't like, to be honest. But there were some very, very good moments also in the first half. I think there were some chances we probably should have maybe converted, but we didn't manage the moments well with the ball. That's the honest truth, and. All credit to Korea. They managed the game a little bit better than us.
Thank you, coach. Please.
Just on that, David Weiner, Football 360. Were you surprised by the drop-off at the start of the second half, given that there were positive, the sides had come back from 1-0 down and took the lead and didn't manage it?
We dropped off, or they dropped off?
No, in terms of that control in the start of the second half.
As I said, the comments at half-time were certain things to control the ball. We were in control. I think we finished the first half quite well. I think we were probably a little bit more proactive. It was a patchy sort of game, and we never really found any momentum, which was disappointing, because it's something we've been working towards in terms of preparing a lot with the ball, and we didn't do it well.
You have. Next question from you, please.
Emma Kemp, Sydney Morning Herald. Just interested in how this changes the approach of you and the team and how it makes it more difficult or not, I guess. The fact that you've got to go back to Perth now, I guess you carry a bit of like a psychological burden with that. The physicality of travelling across the country once again. How does that all impact the rest of the tournament?
Yeah, we knew it was a possibility and we prepared for it. So, I think the reality is that in tournaments, we all want it to go perfect. We all want it to go fantastic, and there's always a little hiccup along the way. In the end, we still haven't lost a game. In the end, we qualified for the quarterfinals, and we knew it was always going to be a tough ask. I mean, so I think our preparation stays exactly the same. We keep moving forward. We just have to now manage the travel, which, as I said, we prepared for, and we'll look forward to making sure that we're prepared for the next game.
Thank you. Please.
Joe, Sam Lewis from The Guardian. Can you take us into the thinking around your choice of midfield? Some interesting sort of player profiles in that space, and particularly Katrina Gorry, who was used as a number 10 attacking midfielder despite being one of the shortest players on the planet. What was the thinking there?
We knew it would be congested in central areas. We felt that we needed players that were going to be able to break lines earlier, to take out their sixes, to take out their sort of deep-lying midfielders. And we saw even in the first half their wingers were coming in very central to stop balls playing in central areas. So we had to really go around. We had to go around them. And we just felt that we could get Minnie in the second phase once we did go around to break lines, and a couple of times, it happened for us. So it wasn't about height or anything. I know where you're going with this in terms of, I think sometimes we did go long when we shouldn't have gone long, and that was a little bit frustrating from my perspective.
Thank you, Coach. Next question.
From Round Ball Australia, two-part question. What was behind the decision to play Caitlin forward at right wing for the majority of the game, given that as the game went longer and longer, she looked more and more lost, and like she kind of was a little bit confused about what her role was? And I understand the second part, I understand you were forced into, Courtney Nevin because of the Steph Catley concussion situation. But again, she kind of looked a little bit lost as well, was responsible for the penalty. I guess what were your thoughts there behind those two decisions?
Players make mistakes, they make errors, and if we're gonna pinpoint errors and pinpoint situations, we could be here all day saying this player made an error, that player made an error, this player made an error. She made a couple of errors, and when you've got a young player coming in like that, it's that they just now have to learn to manage these moments a little bit better and be a little bit smarter. I felt that Caitlin Ford was stretching their fullback a lot for Ellie Carpenter to get inside, and that was the main reason for that.
Thank you. Please, question from you.
Joe, could you tell us about Alana Kennedy? Did you know coming in that she was going to be your secret striker? She's currently top of the charts for Golden Boot currently in this competition. Did you know that she was going to be that X factor?
Not bad, huh? A lot of people have I don't know if they've criticised me, but have sort of said, Alana's a centre back. I think she's a very good number 6 in the way I want to play. To win football matches and to win tournaments, you need goals out of midfield. You can't rely on your front three. And so far, so good. So let's hope it continues, and hopefully we can start managing games better and creating and finishing the chances we're creating. Because as I said in the first half, I think we had 3 or 4 golden opportunities that we should have probably finished. But as I keep on saying, the attacking third is always an anomaly. You want to find that moment, and you want to be clean and clinical in that moment, and we weren't.
Thank you, Coach. Next question, please. From you.
Joe, can you just tell us about the decision to start Mary? Amy Sayer could have potentially been another option up there. Why did you go with Mary, and is that something you'll reevaluate for the next one, depending on how Hayley is?
No, I think Mary was ready to play, and I felt that she was very, very smart, especially in the first half, to sort of find these spaces in between when we did win the ball in midfield to transition. And I think there was a couple of opportunities where she could have, probably the final pass or the final finish. But for me, the more we free up Mary, there was a lot of chances coming from her area. So I was quite happy with her performance, and it's good to see her growing into the tournament.
Thank you. Question from you?
Joe, just again, like when you wake up tomorrow morning, is this kind of a bit of a blessing in disguise? You got your reality check early, and you can kind of really focus towards the back end of the tournament. Is that the kind of lens you'll put on it?
I think it's a reality check. I think each game has its challenges, and we know that these teams are very, very good, and we know that they're comfortable on the ball. So for me, I think you're always going to have these ups and downs in tournaments, and as you said, it's probably come now, which is nice. That if it is a negative part, that's for you guys to judge and comment and write about. We at least showed the character to finish the game off and still get a result. We just have to be smarter and stick together. And as I said, it could be just that little something that you need in a tournament. All tournaments, there's always something. I remember when Australia won in the men's the Asian Cup, they lost to I think it was a Korea in the third game. I think they lost the group game. Hey, we needed more goals. We didn't get them, and we're going another route. Simple as that.
Thank you. Questions? Last one is from you, please.
Just in terms of lessons as well, you mentioned earlier that it became a finicky game or a bit of a chaotic game at times, and then what you've tried to get into the team is that possession and control went out the window a little bit. What's the biggest lesson in terms of how to deal with that kind of situation if it comes up again in the next couple of games in the tournament?
Yeah, totally. I mean, it's those moments that when you have to be in control and not rush situations. And I think it was a pity because Korea's 2 goals besides the penalty were both transition moments where we lost the ball in our control. And that's the frustrating thing for me. There are times when you just have to be smart and slow it down and stay in position and just wait a little bit. We rushed it. We got caught on the break twice, and that hurt us tonight.
Thank you for your questions, Coach. All the best on the next stage.
Thank you very much.